Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll show you how I painted my Fenrissian wolves with quick and easy techniques to a tabletop ready standard. In this video I'll show you how I painted this set of 5 Fenrissian wolves, but I'll only be using one as an example, and it's this guy here. And once I'd assembled him using the Citadel plastic glue, I primed him using the Mechanicus standard grey spray paint. I'll be showing you each paint I use at every stage, but I'll put a full list of all the paints used in the description below, as well as links where you can pick them up and save yourself 20% off the retail price. Okay, let's get started, and the first paint is the Contrast Leviadon blue, and this is a nice deep rich blue, and I'm just going to put this on the top of the mane here, and this is going to be almost the darkest part of the model, except for the nose, which will be black, and this is going to be the start of how we do the fur. Then I took some base Wraithbone, and then I used a very vegan makeup brush, and this is perfect for dry brushing. It's got super soft bristles and really hardy as well. I've had this for over a year, so this has done a lot of work. So I've put a little bit of paint on the brush there, and then I'm going to just work that into the bristles on some kitchen paper, and then just work it in, and then rub off as much paint as I can until there's just enough there to give a nice dry brush effect. And then I'm going to use this on the underside of the model and all the legs, the paws, and the front of the muzzle as well. So I just go quite easy at first, just so I know how much paint's going to come off. And then when I'm happy, I can be a bit rougher, a bit more confident with it. And I'm trying to go mostly in downward strokes, apart from on the paws here, which I want to be like all white. But anywhere like I want to keep some of the darkness, which is going to come through later on, I'll just use the stroke going down, and that's going to give a really nice effect then. So here on the underside, I'm just giving that a nice dry brush as well. So this is going to be the lightest part of the whole model. And then we're going to go from this light colour right up to that dark mane. Next stage is Fenrissian grey, and we're going to continue with this dry brushing method. So the same thing, a little bit of paint on the brush. I don't clean the brush going from these lighter to darker colours either, so just dry brushing it on now. I'm not going all the way up the model, but I'm going to go over some of that Wraithbone area and then work my way up about to the middle of the model. Next it's Thunderhawk blue, again dry brushing. Now I'm going to just go over a little bit of that Fenrissian grey, avoid the Wraithbone, and work my way up to that dark colour at the top of the mane. Then it's time for the Dark Reaper, and I'm just going to dry brush this right at the top, so picking out the highest parts and then using that to blend in that dark colour we did on the mane and making it all go from a smooth transition from that dark colour down to the other colours we've done. So all these stages are going to be quite smooth going up, but you can see just how quick and easy this technique is. Really simple to do, and you know, just with those few colours and a little bit of dry brushing, you can get some really nice effects. I decided here to make the majority of that mane a little bit darker as well, so I just went over that, and also the ears and the top of the head, and we'll freshen up the face a little bit later on. Then I go back to the Fenrissian grey, and this is going to be a highlight over almost all the model except for the Wraithbone, and it'll just bring out a bit more of the texture. If you want more of a frosty, icy look, you could even go another stage and use some white, but I decided to leave it here. Then I went back to that base Wraithbone, and with the same dry brush, I'm just going to go over the muzzle a bit more, just to make it a little bit brighter around the eyes and around that front of the face. And this is where you're going to really be drawn to the model, so you want it to stand out. So just brightening that up really works well. Next I took some Vallejo White Scar, and we're finished with the dry brushing now. This is going to be used for the eyes, so with a little bit of water on this, just a tiny bit to water it down, make it nice and easy to work with. I'm just going to paint in the area in and around the eyes, and I do that for each one. Once that dried, I took a mix of 3 parts contrast medium, 1 part Talasar blue, mixed it well, and this is going to go in there as well. And I'm trying to start and end my brush stroke where I want most of that paint to build up. Then it's time for Contrast Black Templar, and this is going to go on the nose. So I just cover all the nose area with one thin coat of this, not swamping it with paint, be careful with it, and just painting that area around the nose. Then Contrast Basilicanum Grey is going to be perfect for just bringing out those pads on the paws. And these guys don't have very long nails, but you could paint the nails if you wanted to, but you can hardly see them. So I just stuck to painting the pads underneath all the feet. Then a grey colour next, contrast Volupus pink, and this is going to be for the gums. So I've gone for a very fine brush now, and I'm just going to paint all the gums in around those teeth. And I'm just moving the model, so I've got lots of control here. My arms are braced on the table, so by moving the model, I'm making it do all the work for me, and I can have lots of control that way. Then I'll just show you one of the other wolves who've got their mouth open. I use this Volupus pink to paint all inside the mouth and on the tongue as well. And then the final stage is to take some Agrax Earthshade, and I'm not putting loads on here, hardly any on my brush, but I'm just going to run over those teeth just to dull them down a little bit, and then it doesn't matter if a bit goes over the gums as well. And there we go, that's the Fenrissian wolf, all painted to a tabletop ready standard, using some real nice easy techniques, and here's all 5 of them painted up. So I did them all at the same time, which makes this a really quick process to get them done, and really happy with the results. Again, if you want it a little bit brighter or a bit more frosty, you could do a white dry brush over the top of that fur, and that would bring out a bit more of the texture and just brighten them up a little bit. And I might even go back and do that so that they match the bases here. And yeah, all lined up though, I'm really happy with these. They're so dynamic, some great poses, and really fun to paint and play with. If you like the look of these icy frozen bases, then I've done a separate video showing you how to make those. Again, really quick and easy, just a couple of techniques, a few stages, and you get some real effective looking bases. And I'll put a link to that at the end of this video. These wolves are part of my Space Wolves 3000 point army that I built and painted in just 30 days. And I did a behind the scenes diary of how I did this, going through every stage from planning, building, painting, going some deep dives into the different models and what they could do. And I even built a large base, the Fang, for them all to be displayed in. I'll put a link at the end of this video to part 1 so you can watch that series if that's something you're interested in. And if you like the look of these wolves, then you can pick them up at Element Games, and you can save 15% there with the link that I've put in the description below. And also you can save 20% at Wayland Games. So those links are below. They're affiliate links, won't cost you anything extra. You can save up to 20% and help support the channel, as I get a small commission too. So if you do decide to do that, thanks so much. And following those links is also going to take you to the paints. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it gave you an idea of just how quick and easy it can be to get some nice tabletop ready standard miniatures painted up. So thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more painting videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.